context of this tournament, right? We're looking at this side who coming in at the #1 seed, ranked 8th in the world currently right now, have been absolutely crushing it. Came in towards us this year in 2024, and everyone just saw them as, you know, we do a lot of the tier 2 scene, and they're a top tier 2 team, but nobody expects them to nearly be in the position of cementing themselves as tier 1. But one thing that would cement you as tier 1 is winning a LAN like this, and of course, I guess they've got the backup of Kato too. We're on towards Nuke. Nuke is a wild map to pick into against sAw, as Alan, you know, quite rightfully mentioned, they are one of, if not the best team in the world currently on this map. It's always been such a strong part of their map pool. So let's see, right? The assumption, the expectation is that Rooster have done some sort of prep and some sort of anti-stratting, but I think a lot of teams try and anti them on Nuke, and it just doesn't seem to work. So it's a big ask. We'll see if they got anything up their lockers. A very good start as well for Story. Gets his first. TJP gets caught. And that'll be now everything going quiet. And to make matters worse for Rooster as well, not only are they playing on arguably sAw's best map, or maybe even inarguably sAw's best map, but also starting on the T side too, on the most CT-sided map. So it is an uphill battle and then some.
Indeed. But the vibes may well be immaculate here. Julie's struggling, and he will indeed go down, having not dished out all that much damage. We're into an advantage situation with U-Jerk still being low. It's actually a very, very good look for Rooster right now. There's no kit available, a severe lack of really anything for sAw, so clean headshots. That's about all they've got in the strat book here. Tentatively trying to find some space to slow creep up for Mutiris. They want to get him into action here. I don't think he's been keenly watched. He may well have just been spotted there, but they are drawn out now for the fight. Still looking pretty good, and it's a one-tap of sorts from ASAP in the end. Rooster will kick off with the victory.
Yeah, all right. Fair enough. Rooster, I mean, for them, they've basically got nothing to lose in a matchup like this, so it's all about just playing to your game, not falling into kind of the traps that sAw are going to set. And things started well for sAw, but it's this awkward fight with the Julies on towards top part. They just can't get any sort of mileage there, and an unfortunate way to start things off. You know, a bomb plant plus a round in favor of Rooster means a nice buy for them. We are going to see a force buy, though, coming through from sAw. So we'll see how that goes. We've got a Scout, we've got a FAMAS, a few Deagles as well. One thing to mention, no kit in play for sAw, as it was in that last round. So if that bomb goes down, it really makes things very, very difficult for sAw. They don't have a lot of time to kind of work and get fights back in your favor. You've got to get on towards that site and get on the bomb.
Ah, this is dangerous, man. There is a small pebble that has formed for Rooster. If they win rounds like this, they win that first rifle round, suddenly, you know, it turns into that boulder, and you might not be able to stop them. So this feels against the grain from sAw, but also I think they will believe in themselves, yeah, for the potential of this force by Mutiris. Comes through, first kill, big damage onto TJP. So it's actually a very good start for the CTs.
Hello, Roman. Smells a rat a bit. He's got the right idea. Top part, a smoke will meet them there too, so JHD forced to rein it in just a tad. TJP tagged, numbers advantage for sAw, and that clock starting to tick. So a decision has to be made here. Where do we go? How do we make this work for us? One lurking towards outside. Ramp is the main port of where we want to go. Attack from the Scout as well. Story can do some decent damage from here, and they're starting to look a little nervy.
Yeah. Time's running down, but TJP comes in at the right time, and he's opened up the A-bomb site, so it all works out very nice. They sell the ramp angle. sAw had 3 over there. I think we were both looking at that like, whoa, don't go past that corner, man. You're going to get mowed down. But they had a good feel for it, and
they're going to call it.
Beautiful, beautiful find on the A-bomb site.
Yeah, I think we just save it. FAMAS, MAC-10, Scout, 3 stay alive. Just use this buy-in towards the next. It's better than trying to give this a retake. Retaking the top side of Nuke is very, very difficult. Not a lot of teams go for it. And sAw are going to join that cohort. So another round for Rooster. And a failed force buy too is obviously going to give them a nice bit of foundation to kickstart Nuke. We said they've probably done a decent amount of prep in towards this map specifically. There's no reason why you'd float it if you hadn't. It feels quite outlandish. So far, so good. I mean, generally when I cast Nuke, you know, we always talk about it. I would always say 5 rounds T-side. I think you're pretty happy with that. That's a workable amount to be at. And I think at the point that we're currently at, if they can get in that region, who knows, right? sAw could be under a little bit of pressure here. Their T-side's pretty strong, but definitely are quite a bit of them. So let's see. We're going to reuse this buy a little bit. Arish Dosh, half armor. He'll wield the Mach 10, Scout and a FAMAS.
Little Deagle dotted in there as well, so we'll see. Scout has some eyeballs towards ramp. Maybe a peek to come his way. Not quite yet. Mutirius looking for something very similar to the previous round as well. Send himself downstairs and maybe creep up. They'll be reeling at the opportunity on this map. I think one of the things that, you know, maybe we didn't go into super deep, and it's always a tough angle because you're going to start sort of contradicting yourself, but we can pull it out a bit more in the broadcast. There's a good chance to prep for this map. You know what I mean? There's a lot to learn from this sAw side. So that is an angle for Rooster that they could be very ready for what sAw specifically bring to Nuke, whether that stretches into a full BO1, whether that serves them later on in the tournament, obviously remains to be seen. Oh, that's the kill. It was on the edge for a moment. Mutirius will manage to find one, could drop another here, but surely with low HP and no kit, there's not really much that he can do to enter this site.
Yeah, I don't actually even think saving is the worst thing in the world here. He knows he has no real chance of making this work for him. He doesn't want to be leaving things too late either, where dropping out of heaven could cause a little bit of fall damage. Obviously, he's so low, so not worth the risk. Get out of there. Got his kill, got his damage, and that'll be that. A 3-0 start for Rooster. But this next round is the main one. Both sides are going to have money. Both sides are going to have full buys. And this is where we've got to see what sAw have got up their, you know, up their sleeve, right? And what they've got in the locker to really, once again, regain a bit of a foothold on this CT side. We want to see them kind of bare minimum take a lead, right? And so far, obviously that is not looking so good. They've been struggling in the early part of this map, something they usually don't. That's what makes sAw so scary on this map, is they usually start very, very well. Ujerk says very proactive. Story gets a lot of space with that AWP, and it's been the case. Speaking of though, the AWP side in play. Now let's see, Story gonna go all the way over towards Black Red. It's a nice proactive position as well. We know that Story likes to get into fights, so what a shot from him. ASAP gets clipped.
Yeah, that's nasty. That is nasty. Story making himself known here. Roman quick switching, a little restless, but it's all good because he wasn't looking at me. 5v3 quickly turned 2. And this one is falling apart quickly. sAw teaching Rooster what it's all about. The guns have come out, the conventional Counter-Strike, and they have not put a foot wrong at all in this round.
Yeah, brilliant. JHD, TJP, a lot to do. Not a lot to work with. A minute now on the clock to try and make a decision. Bit of noise made there by Ujerks, but it's now all down to one man. TJP got to lead by example here. This one is most definitely not getting off the ground. It's just about, can he get a constellation kill? The answer is no. So talk about a response out from sAw. In towards the first gun round. Make sure that they find it, and find it with, well, in this case, no casualties too, which is absolutely going to help. The econ going to help. The confidence going to really start to spiral them in a positive note. And now we have to look at the flip side as well. When we look towards Rooster, now that they've got the guns out, and now that they are trying to take fights, and, you know, we're seeing players like Story. Look how active he got in towards this map. All the way over towards Black Red. Pushes outside, gets his kill, doubles back immediately, takes a fight in towards Hot. Mere seconds later, I mean, that is what we want to see coming through from this side. So how are Rooster going to punish them with that? And, you know, they've gone for a bit of a buy themselves, but unfortunately, it's not the most bountiful of buys. We've got one AK, one Galil, which is dropped, and a Mach 10 and a few pistols around it.
Roman's going through that as well. Feeling good about themselves. Story blinded up. Oh, how's he not dead? How does he not go down there? Roman has slowed them down from behind here. Does get traded, but the space has been created. 4 versus 2 definitely hangs in the balance. But it's still sAw looking advantageous here. They're ready for the A hit as well. ASAP trying to find a catch. Doesn't quite happen for him. Loses his teammate. They spot him as well. The bomb will be on that minimap, so batten down the hatches here and, well, make it as flawless as possible. sAw stringing them together.
Yeah, a mini recovery as well there by sAw just in that round when Roman falls. It did look for a moment like it could be actually a little bit awkward, that they could lose a bit of space and maybe pop in towards that top side, but not to be. So we'll see now sAw up to their second and where they can start developing, snowballing in a positive way. Start to go out for Roman. I don't hate the proactivity from him as well, just on his sort of individual kind of basis, pushing through single door, trying to get some lobby control. Doesn't gain anything in terms of the kill, but you know, for him, it's about information, and he gets a lot of it. ASAP could be in trouble and somehow stays alive.
You ever watch any like World War I documentaries with like the mortar shells raining down? I think that's exactly what ASAP's just been through, man. Like just bullets everywhere, running through no man's land, making the heroes charge.
Yeah. You ever played Battlefield 1?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly that. And he is, well, all by himself. The team have sacrificed himself to allow the one kill to come in. It's all worth. It's all worth. What a mission. He completed it, but, you know, they're not going to win the war off the back of it. Even Stevens now sAw with 3. Yeah,
can type, you know, got mine in chat, and he's all right. All tight square, though, 3 apiece. And this is, once again, while it was a little bit of a slow start, sure, this is where sAw really start to showcase just their level. And I think, you know, the desk touched on it. These youngsters were looking at that core that came from FTW to sAw of Aristosh, Story, and Ujerks. And, it's, you know, for them, it's about, can we get some good stats here? Can we really showcase our prowess? And yeah, so far, so good. Ujerks 4-2, Story 7-2. And Aristosh plays all of those anchor roles and support roles. He's still up to 4 as well. The old guard just make sure they can basically just facilitate them.
A pause in play from Rooster as they opt to take a slower approach into this round. ASAP once again in the yard will look for some aggression. He's got enough ground that they feel they can do something with this. Execute being set up. The bomb just crosses there. Dangerous angle, of course. In come the smokes. Nice and wide. Oh, they're moving a bit early, and the AWP goes searching. He misses the shot, but he's revealed that there is some action behind this. Materis ready, a tough angle to beat. No one really there to trade out either. He's going to keep pushing forward. Nade in, big damage. He will fall, but not before he's done an awful lot. TJP, thank goodness, knew he was on fire, because while blind, that might have been an embarrassing end for him. But I like the moves here from Rooster. They've left themselves very little time now, though.
It's very true. They've got to make a commitment. What is this decision? It looks like it's... Well, I say it looks like it's down towards this lower side, but bomb's still up top. And they're just getting plucked apart. They're getting caught outside. One by one, they're dropping, and Slimy probably to see it off. Yeah, unfortunate. I think they just get caught in 2 minds a little bit, and they're split up with no actual clear path of where we want to go. So unfortunately, does not pay off for them. One player to keep an eye out for in towards this game, if he gets active and starts playing well, is Slimy. He's actually a bit of a talent coming through from kind of that local scene, and he's somebody that I casted a couple of his games recently. Very, very good player when he gets going, and if he can kind of individually come up online, you could see him be a little crisp, but he's been a little quiet in the early part of this game. Chelios is another one as well. Very proficient AWPer too. He has to just get his moment. Tech 9 rush, and a Tech 9 shut down. Materis, Aristosh, Roman all having a piece of the pie here. And in a matter of moments, TJP and Chelios left with nothing, really. They've got no chance winning this round.
The goal is damage. The goal is maybe bomb plant as well. I think that will be taken away from them. TJP playing a patience game inside the smoke, willing to wait to get his reward. It's the right idea.
Do it.
Is the right... Okay, there it is. Finds him eventually. Knew there was something going on. You know, where else is he going to be? And they guessed correctly. So a flawless one coming in. sAw. They are the ones that's got the boulder going. I maybe made that little analogy for Rooster early on. Unfortunately, it didn't quite get off the ground. sAw are now taking over the game. Is there going to be a response available for this T side?
Yeah, and the real issue that, you know, we're starting to see as well is that, I mean, Rooster are barely even getting kills. Like, a kill, right? That's kind of been as good as it gets since the guns have come through for sAw. This is just what they do best. Really nice showing. Smoke and a molly combination. Just to shut them down if they were going for that single door pop. Ujerks will play up over towards ramp, happy to lurk behind this smoke. The issue with Rooster is they're obviously making a call out of spawn, and the second anything throws a bit of a spanner in the works, they struggle to adapt.
Story does want a fight here. Oh, Question of how far he goes. They just get off the boost at the right time, but they've unwittingly determined that it must be clear. There must not be an AWP around, and it will, of course, be the wrong read.
Brilliant.
Nice find from Mutiris. Very solidly held outside. Solo move here for UJerks. He's got the permission to do so. And he left that kill on purpose. He wanted the nade to find it. Of course, this is getting unbelievable. Nearly the team ace, but not a single point of damage, man.
Yeah, and another, yeah, exactly. Another round where we're not even getting a kill. We can't even get step one of the game plan. I feel like attack pause has got to be called here, regardless of what the GOAT can bring.
Yeah, I was going to say, what's my guy going to say? You know, I think if they're winning, he's the perfect coach because he's like,
just a hype
amazing
man, right?
job, guys. Yeah. Love it. Keep it up. But now it's like, man, you're not doing good. You need to do better. Yeah, like, I don't know. Unfortunately, he's got the vibes, and I'm sure he's great fun. But difficult in the timeout.
Yes, exactly that. JHD though will get the first towards our side. Smoke broken open, but not enough to give them a kill here. I mean, Story's going to completely double away. I think he's worried, and rightfully so. I don't think he realizes how deep they've gone. I think probably with the lack of steps, he might have actually wanted to go into that double doors control, but he's just going to opt to play in towards Cubby. The only issue with Cubby, especially as an AWPer, it's very difficult to get more than one kill.
Oh, a step.
Yikes.
I will have been heard. It is only one. Doesn't quite confirm everything, but they'll start to set themselves up more solidly here for this B bomb site. UJerks getting closer to the action now. Wanting to hold out single. They are winding this clock down again. Just looking to catch their opponents off guard. Noise now being made. They'll move in. Smoke comes around. UJerks does shoot a little early. The AWP going to get taken down. A Rosdosh is here to join the party, but he can't get involved after this nadage comes in. The AWP up close will take him. That's the big kill as well. It's all on to Roman. 1 versus 3. Bomb will go down momentarily. Why not go for it? He got so much cash. And he will indeed stick around, but the AWP takes him, and a heck of a pickup from ASAP there. Really, really big kills from him to solidify that one on Rooster with a half-buy win.
There was one big gap in that B-site setup there as well. UJerks is playing up towards Rafters, holding single door. And the reason why he plays exactly where he is because he knows the window isn't broken. But the second the window breaks, he needs to shift a little bit over to the left, so he's got the pillar covering him, so he can protect Story. But Story just gets overwhelmed. 2 Tech 9s jump down in towards his position, and the second they fall, it's asking way too much. I mean, UJerks basically gets overwhelmed. So his one thing he had to do was protect Story, who then essentially covers his single door and his double door as well. But it wasn't the case. Slimy tries to go out of single, but not to be. Caught in towards Squeaky. That'll be the first once again. Something that sAw are very good at, opening kills.
Rooster right back to the drawing board, unfortunately. After winning a really nice one in the previous, to be fair. Yes, it is very different rules of engagement, but it still looked very good in terms of the coordination, in terms of how they played that B hit with like 1 smoke. But this round, not starting off well, nothing much coming, so much utility remaining. This is one of the big things as well for a game like this. sAw are going to be less inclined to throw that default utility. They actually will probably beckon the fights, win them, and then save their utility. You know what I mean? They're playing a very, very winner's mindset type setup. And rightfully so. Another find from Mutiris here. So honestly, 40 seconds with nothing in. I think you'd probably just save if you're the T side here. They are against that idea, though. They'll go for it.
I think now? So now, yes? Yeah. Especially that AWP.
Okay, we are.
Yeah.
Chelios froze for a minute.
Well, I think one real small thing as well, that molly that goes actually past the smoke and Squeaky, that completely shuts down the support route that Rooster were trying to set up there. They're obviously trying to go through lobby with, on the roof, setting up a top hot Molotov, and then somebody was meant to break out through Squeaky, but the Molotov just stops Chelios being able to support. So really well done. It will just be a relatively quiet 10 seconds to see off the tail end of this. Oh, hello. Yeah, guess his. Another one's not there, but TJP's not exactly escaped the troubles. We'll get one. Tuck your head, my friend. Oh, it's a little awkward, but no one dies. No one dies. So that's all that matters. It will be sAw locking themselves into a lead at the bare minimum. That's all that we're really looking toward. It's more just on the other case now about whether Rooster can hit R5, right? Even though it hasn't felt comfortable, 5 rounds is still workable. 8 to 4 is not exactly impossible. This is the most CT-sided map statistically in the pool right now. But I think the real issue for us is just that when the guns have come out, Rooster have only got 1 round since.
Story, aggressive role here for the AWP. It's something that he's not really moved for an awful lot. He's had those angles, but getting in the face of the T side, nothing comes of it. Big damage onto ASAP thanks to the nades. Story takes a bit from the Molotov himself. Smoke blown open. Ooh. He didn't see the player. Doesn't seem like he's prepared for a fight there. Another smoke blow comes in. They've actually gone down this time around. Story absolutely gagging for this first kill. It is escaping him at the moment, but the gaps are everywhere. Rooster's not made it down, getting caught out in the open. Deer in headlights. Chicken in headlights, one might say. And sAw once again in a winning position.
The bomb made it down, though. That's the important one, right? So now they've got an idea of what we're going to try and do here. They're going to leave one up towards top side to lurk. And, I mean, TJP is drawing attention to them. So, at the very least, they might read this slightly wrong. That might be an opportunity, 2 pounds, but Roman's got to go huge, and they're going to double back up towards that top side. How has U-Jerks got away with 3? What a way to close the half, 8 to 4. We'll see you after the break.
could walk through fire, blow up the storm and see the light, yeah. I told my friends that I could run on water, and they said nobody can. They'll see me flying through the sky, yeah. Play hide and seek behind the clouds. I show my friends that I'm not scared.
Well, welcome back. 8-4 doesn't look bad, but I think it's safe to say, Scriv, it kind of feels bad. That wasn't a competitive first half. If it wasn't for the pistol and then the following force by rounds, we could very much be talking about like a 10-2, 11-1 half. sAw won all but one of the gun rounds since they first invested in, and I mean, the odds show that exactly, right? It was a very one-sided showing, and sAw showcasing why they're one of the best nuke teams in the world.
The numbers are there. Maybe Rooster can pull off the impossible. This is where, for me, it gets a bit tougher, though. You're going to have the full force of sAw coming at you. They will look to run this game and probably pull out a few of their wackier strats that they usually save for a rainy day, but why not? Ooh, give them a try against Rooster. Nice find from TJP.
Oh, no.
Idea, don't change off. Slimy got to be on that swivel in between angles. Meanwhile, downstairs, one-man army Chelios will manage to find a couple of his own. They have battled for the A-bomb site. Where's the bomb? Where's the bomb, though?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter if you've not got the bomb. They, unfortunately, can't do much with this.
Yeah, and another really unfortunate thing is just where it is. It's one of those incredibly difficult positions to try and recover the bomb from. I mean, they've got so many angles to clear and not a lot of time here. 40 seconds. We've got to try and find this bomb and then try and find our way towards the site. A lot of things got to go right. This first fight will probably determine it. Chelios will lose it. All right, now we're potentially on for something. Bomb is sort of recoverable here. They're both going to fight up together. Do we go back towards top side? Surely we do. Yes, Mutiris, get running, my fella. He'll get up there just in time, and he should be able to get a safe plan.
Oh, he's faking it out, drawing them in. Gets the first, knows where the second is. Looking for this head, running out of ammo. Can't land the headshot now. Why have we gone back? Why have we gone back?
What are we doing?
JHD, he's out of panic. Leave the door. It was the move. It was the move. You made it away, and that's so rough. I think, you know, got the reload off. He feels like he's got to fight, just caught in it, just caught in the energy, and gave Mutiris that chance with maybe the final bullet.
It was.
In his mag, I'm pretty sure.
What are we doing? What are we doing? Why is the door getting opened back up again?
Yeah.
It cost him his life, the round, and that could ultimately lead to potentially the beginning of the end on the map as well. I mean, there was some nice moments in there from Rooster. It's just that last little mistake that cost him. Everything else felt quite good. I mean, the lobby crunch was really nice. The double from Chelios downstairs. This is what we want to see from them. But, yeah, unfortunately, the one thing they had to get spot on was just in that 1 versus 1 play time, and they don't. I mean, this round, it's a non-existent factor, if we're being honest. It's a minimal investment coming through from Rooster. One deagle for TJP to try and hope to find something, but it won't make a difference.
There are spatterings of
I like that.
Clean Counter-Strike, I would say, from Rooster. Yeah, just needs a bit of polish, you know, and unfortunately, against sAw, you're not going to be able to figure that out in game.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But maybe if we can keep this kind of energy in these close rounds and into your future games, you never know. We might get a BO3 out of them.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they took a map off Miles, right, at Pro League, and that was pretty good. It was on Mirage, their best pick, which is just by chance. It just has to be sAw's permaban, right?
You've been fully shafted here, you know. Lowest seed against the favorite in form, and then they don't play the map you like. It's like, all right, sound.
Yes,
you know, what am I supposed to do here?
They're actually probably, right now, you could make an argument for being the worst possible team for them to play against. I mean, that's simply how it goes. Outside control taken. A lot of smokes here from both sides. JHD playing anti. Zero's going to start to make a move, but again, it feels like a bit of a ruse. He's just going to try and draw attention towards his top side, but they're down towards B, and they're down quick. And, well, Scriff, no one's here to meet them.
No. Which is sometimes problematic.
I think even sAw are confused. Like, surely someone's
maybe a little bit.
here.
They've just not read it. At the same time, TJP's down. ASAP is later. So we've got some weird sort of flanks forming here. Mutiris has missed the timing on this, I think. So, yeah, they might not really have an idea, especially if two coming down behind. And it is actually a lot of controller backhauls that the CT side have ended up with. It's a really strange round going on here, guys. Clean flash. Lets them down the stairs. Can they do anything with it, though? Yeah, they go straight into the Lion's Den and don't come out alive. Yeah. They will have to back off. They will give that save. It's a bit awkward for Rooster. And again, just one missed little hiccup results in the win for sAw. So I'm starting to feel sympathetic for the Rooster position. Unfortunately, sympathy doesn't win games.
No, exactly that. And unfortunately, the one guy wielding the kit there, Slimy, he was the second person to die, and the kit rolled forward. So to make matters worse, it rolls on towards the site, which felt completely impenetrable. Nice stuff coming through from sAw. Feels like, you know, they've really understood sort of how Rooster play, and especially even coming off the back of this halftime break. Great. Obviously, we know that guy. That was just on your screen there. Big man, Bem Julio, as they say. I know the Portuguese have been massive fans of him. I did see somebody on Twitter explaining it, and they were essentially saying Julio basically means like the Don or the boss, and they call him the boss, and then Bem means like, you know, good. So they love him though. They absolutely love him. Every single tweet that sAw do, Bem Julio is in the comments there. The boss, and I really feel like has actually revitalized this side. They went through a bit of a dip in form. Things were looking a little awkward, and he has made them a real contender at the top level.
And again, they've been yo-yoing for such a long time where they'd have tournaments like this where they look good but didn't quite win it, or they'd have an early playoff game sometimes, but then would get, you know, as soon as people were like, okay, this is where sAw should lose, they would indeed lose. But things seem to have changed since the addition of Berry. 1-for-1 downstairs there. sAw looking to take control of this B-bomb site once again. They are a bit more prepared. JHD, he makes, you know, additional noise, and they don't track him. It's still only one. Still not good enough. Still not a round-winning position here for Rooster. Is there a lurk? We don't quite know. The bomb taking its time to go down. Let's see how they respond to this loss of the site. They will scoop it up. Digits in a few moments, one would assume. Really nice find from UJX, exactly what he was waiting for, and now he's on the hunt for the ace.
If they don't get a kill within the next 10 seconds, they might just call it. And if one more falls, I think the M4 might just call it. And I think now, he's already gone. That was the York thing. If he hadn't peaked a little bit earlier from Chelios, I think he probably just calls the save, because their money is not in a good spot, generally speaking. That was a full investment, and one which doesn't pay off.
It's a lack of directive from Rooster. Last round, they're saving. This round, they go for it when maybe they shouldn't. You know, they just don't quite have the feel. And we talk a lot in this game about identity. sAw, a team that maybe recently have just discovered their identity and the approach to the game. What is our niche, you know, that we like to take? Rooster are missing that, A lot of teams there, they'd be like, okay, it might go up to 12, but we're going to save, because that's what we do. We save, we approach it in the next round. Or they go for it in both, because that's what we do. We're confident, like FlyQuest we're doing, for example.
Exactly.
But not quite there for Rooster. A few too many ideas. Something's got to stick. Something's got to work. It's very directionless, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right. Unfortunately, this is something that the GOAT hasn't been able to help with, it seems. I mean, there's been actually a real lack of tag pauses. They've just been letting it play out. So
yeah, we joke about it. I think you probably do just want to take one to even just talk as a team. Be like, right,
breather.
What are we thinking, guys? Let's just throw some ideas.
Lobby crunch, guys, or, you know, change it up a little bit. Go in with a bit of a plan, but it's not been the case. Aristosh, Roman, one apiece. Roman will slightly mess up the second, but Story there to try and clean it up. This nade should do the job, but it won't.
Oh my goodness.
2 points of HP survives.
He's dodging them all. JHD falls, though. That was the only hope. ASAP gives it his best go, but what's he going to do on 2 HP? Locked out at Mini. That will be that. sAw looks good to me.
From the first investment that sAw had in round number 4, obviously they force-bought the second round, didn't work out. From the first investment they made with guns, 13-1 was the scoreline. So there's an argument to be made there that if sAw had won